What's new, crew? Welcome back to my channel. If you're new, today we are doing a good old get it all done with me. We are catching up on literally everything. For the last week, my kids have been on fall break and my husband has also been off of work for deer hunting, so the house looks like it. We really just relaxed this week. We kind of just let a lot of things go. I didn't do my big weekly cleanup like I normally would on Friday, but kids go back to school tomorrow. I spent the last 2 days doing grocery shopping and it is time to pull things back together. So we are starting in our new, almost finished master suite. And if you wanted to ask me what my favorite thing is, down here things are not done yet, but it's mostly done. Is the fact that me and my husband just went to Menards and picked up a really, you're gonna have to ignore the storage half of our basement because it is a disaster right now. We're gonna be tackling that probably in the next week or two. We'll probably do that together, but we got this like built-in closet system here. Absolutely loving it. We finally finished putting it up like 2 days ago, but the fact that we have a second washer and dryer set and it's right in the closet, this is a game changer. I'm so excited about this. These are my first couple loads of laundry we've ran through here, so we're gonna get everything switched, get my last load of laundry in the dryer, and then later today we're gonna come down, fold everything. We're gonna go back upstairs to the original laundry room, switch that laundry. By now, you guys know we are soon to be a family of 7, and with 5 kids, having 2 sets of washer and dryers I think is going to be a lifesaver, and it makes me so much happier knowing that we have one on each level of the house, so I'm not gonna have to carry laundry up or downstairs at all. Stuff and frozen stuff away from my Walmart order because I went and picked that up this morning. My pantry stuff is still sitting on the table, so after we get laundry switched, we're gonna finish putting groceries away and basically just get the house reset heading into kind of December and our first week back to school, back to work, back to hitting the groove of things. So here we go. The second set of washer and dryers has been a game changer. I am known to be chronically behind on laundry because we can very easily go through a load or 2 a day, just depending on the circumstances. If bedding needs to be washed, if towels need to be done. I'm sure a lot of other large families can definitely relate to that. So having the 2 washers and dryers have been so nice. Now I don't necessarily have laundry that needs to be washed that I'm behind on. It's, can I keep up with the folding and putting away? Because now that's happening twice as fast. So that's been a little bit challenging, but if that is my new problem, I will take that any day. That is not a problem for me. Very excited about it, and I can't tell you how excited I am about it. I'll stop talking about it now. But how I usually put away groceries is I obviously come home with all my groceries, I lay it out, I film my grocery haul. If you want to see this Walmart haul, I'll link it down below for you. But I will put away all of my frozen stuff, all of my fridge stuff, all of my pantry stuff that needs to stay up in my working pantry. And then if I ever buy duplicates of anything or I hit a good sale, I will take all of that stuff and put it back in the Walmart bags, and my husband will carry it downstairs for me to put on the storage shelf that we keep in long-term storage. Now, of course, lots of stopping, lots of banana peeling, lots of lunch having this day. Getting it all done with 4 kids sometimes means, well, just kidding, it always means there's a lot of stop and go. I've kind of coined this thing for myself, and it's called lazily productive, which means I have a list, I'm trying to get it done. Some days are just like go, 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 but on my lazily productive days, it basically means that if I don't get it all done, I'm not gonna be hard on myself. It's just the reality with a lot of little kids is that they need the snuggles, they need the stopping, they need you to come and pick them up while you're loading the dishwasher, and sometimes that means it just takes a little bit longer to get things done. So it's basically me taking the mental pressure off of myself that it doesn't all need to be done in an hour or 2. Sometimes I have cleaning projects that in reality should only take maybe 2 hours, but we're going to be lazily productive, which means when the kids need me to take breaks to hang out and read books or whatever it is, to play monster trucks, to build towers, that's what we're gonna do. And we are gonna be kind of lazily productive and get done what we can. Now, let me say, this was an all day kind of thing, and it was a whole family thing. I'm only filming myself, but my husband was working on projects, my kids all cleaned bedrooms and scrubbed their bathrooms, did their toys, you know, packed their backpacks for the week. We made sure everything was good to go. So it's not just me this day. We are all working together to get things done and pick things up and get our lives pulled back together. Now you're gonna notice, you're gonna say, Cassandra, what is going on with your walls? I'll tell you. Over the weekend, I had my nieces and nephews over at my house, and I was hanging out with a whole lot of them. I think I had 7 kids running around my house that weekend. Cleo is just shy of 2. Well, she has a cousin who is just a couple weeks older than her also too. I was helping the big kids set something up, and all of a sudden I went, where are those sneaky little toddlers? They're awfully quiet. They had found the crayon bin in the marker bin, and not one of my walls escaped the wrath of the curious toddlers. Not one wall. So I started scrubbing off what I could, and then my husband was helping me scrub, and he goes, Cassandra, we should really just repaint these, which is something I did not want to do because I just repainted all of my white walls white this spring. So I was not super enthusiastic about the idea of repainting, but let me tell you this, I was more enthusiastic about the idea of repainting than sitting there for hours and scrubbing the heck out of my walls. This is not the first time I've had toddlers color on my walls. So of course it's a little bit like, oh my gosh, no, not my walls. But at the same time, toddlers are toddlers. They're curious. It is just part of the developmental stage. They don't know any better. It is what it is. At the end of the day, not the end of the world, right? We just take an afternoon and we repaint our walls. We try to scrub them off. So we scrubbed off what we could, not 100% perfect. So we are going to take a day, definitely before Christmas, before we're hosting, and we're gonna repaint our walls. Of course, we sat down, turned on a Christmas movie. I folded a whole lot of laundry. While I was doing that, my husband rolled some meatballs and started the water because we're gonna do Swedish meatballs this night. Super delicious. We did 2 batches of these. The kids, we watched the second Home Alone. I've never seen Home Alone either, so this is the first Christmas we are watching these. We watched the first Home Alone a couple days ago. Then we watched this one, and of course, in a large family, it's never done. So after having a clean kitchen earlier in the day, cooking dinner, we had more dirty dishes. So instead of putting them off to the next day, I actually unloaded and reloaded my dishwasher, and that is a full day of just getting it all done as a family and getting things reset. I hope wherever you are, you guys are having a fantastic day, and I will catch you guys in another one.